We would like to see most of the human race killed off because it is unworthy. It is unworthy of the gift of life.
I don't care what society thinks. They're nothing anyway. They're no better than me.
Until we hear the safe word, we will not stop.
Have you ever thought what it would be like to see a person's head amputated? Think of things so horrible that the human mind cannot imagine them. See all this and more when you see on stage, in person, that crazy mix-up.
I like being set apart from people. I like to be hated.
Safe Word with Jason Rouse.
Because we're, I think, designed to worship. So I believe in Allah Akbar.
I know a guy that used to worship his bag.
Balls out.
They used to call him sacrilegious. Get it?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, let's slip into something comfortable. Like these adult high chairs. Well, this is, better get this out of the way. Check 1 2 1 2. And we're going to go, this is a lefty. Dear Satan.
Dear Satan. Get the Ouija board out and let's summon some demons.
There we go. Hey, this is Jason Rouse, and welcome to an episode of the Safe Word Podcast. This has been going on for 10 years. Poorly.
Wow.
Poorly. And
it's okay.
My guest is a young up-and-comer here in the comedy scene. It's Yannis
Pappas.
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 Pappas. What's the middle name, Yannis?
Balls out.
No, is there... Look, it's probably
Frederico's.
Frederico's?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound Greek.
Frederico's doesn't sound Greek?
No.
You grew up in
I know my
Hamilton. You
my
should
people.
know Greeks, yeah.
I know all of them.
Yeah, anything that ends in an OS, IS, IS, or in a guy's asshole is Greek.
See, this is just for us, anybody who's watching.
You know what I can always bet on when I see you? Seeing more than 17 skulls.
I know.
You can count skulls. 1, 2, and then 27 on your
1,
shirt.
2, 3,
Another
4.
one. Skulls.
There's a dozen. I find that if you want to appreciate life, that you should keep death as close to possible.
I like that.
So you don't take your
own life.
Own life. Yeah. I sleep in a coffin.
Yeah.
Just so I know I can appreciate the day.
Now is Halloween sort of like
every day
for you? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't dress up on Halloween. No. I never even really did when I was a kid.
Yeah. You don't have to change anything in here as far as the decor goes for Halloween.
My taste is very Halloween based.
And you don't got to put on an outfit either. It's just
look at you.
There's somebody who escaped the Holocaust.
I played an extra on Schindler's List in the pile.
Yeah.
Let's go back to, let's say, 1999.
It was the summer of 69.
Where were you summer of 99?
It's Canadian. Shout out Bryan Adams.
Summer of 69?
Yeah.
Or Party Like It's 1999?
That's American.
Prince.
That's a better song, but you guys got Summer of 69.
But you also know that Prince lived in Vancouver.
Did he?
Yeah, he lived in the British properties in Vancouver.
But he's from heaven.
He is from heaven. I was very sad the way that he disappeared suddenly.
Yeah. Now, how do you deal with sadness? Ketamine?
No. I
Therapy?
I've never... See, all you guys get these, like, therapy
What do you
things.
do, Satan talk?
I have a little chat with myself.
Oh, and what do you say? Come on, Skipper. Pick it up.
No, I don't. I don't. My depression is based on my
reality,
my person, not of anything else around me.
Right.
Yeah. But you're depressed.
Yeah. I mean, I lost my folks. I'm here, and so that made me depressed.
When did your father die? When did Dad die?
When you killed him. I know it was you.
No, he died a number of years ago.
He died right before COVID.
Your dad and your mother died
And then my mother died.
within 2 years of each other?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's like Boomer. His dog died.
And he's got herpes.
Split up with his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Herpes.
Yeah.
And he had to put his dog down. His dad died, and his girlfriend left him all within a year.
Wow.
And things just tend to got better for me. I really, in the early stages of COVID, I was like, I guess we're all going to be goth for a couple of years. You know what I mean? No one out during the day. Plenty of black grim faces. But 99, were you doing comedy? Oh, you were doing those wacky characters.
Yeah, I was doing zany
I
stuff.
remember when you showed me your early, the Sneaker Freak Kid. And
That was after 99.
that was after 99?
Yeah, it was like early 2000s.
White Sean, was it? I
White
can't believe I
Sean.
remember this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you were
Doing sketch. I had a sketch group.
you were a sketch guy.
Yeah, I
and
started.
I did not like that.
Well, I started as a stand-up, and then I went into sketch.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that you'd done stand-up comedy, but you felt that you were more of a character-driven comedian.
Yeah.
In that, but
Yeah.
we haven't. Well, you did come back to that like 10 years later with
No,
the
I-
trans Puerto Rican.
Marisa. Yeah.
Marisa.
Yeah. I quit comedy for a couple of years. Came back after I got shot, and I was a little traumatized. And then I came back and started doing stand up. But I always did stand up. The first thing I did was stand up.
What was that place you had in Brooklyn that you were doing weekly?
Bar 4.
Yeah, I did one of the last ones. I think.
Yeah.
I think I might have did the last one. I do a lot of last comedy nights. They kind of shut it down after me.
Yeah, when you come in there, they go, all right, that's it.
I've probably shut down at least a dozen comedy events.
Put that on a resume.
You know what?
Yeah.
What's a resume?
Yeah.
Who's using a resume?
I don't think, I remember when we started, it was still the days of resume.
Yeah.
You had to staple your resume on the back of your headshot.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of sad to think about that you would hand your headshot to someone that had staples in it.
I went on.
You'd have to cut the paper to match the size of the.
I've been on 4 auditions, and 2 of those were for SNL.
Yeah. They weren't like traditional auditions, right? They just had you pull your balls out and go, dove.
No, because I'd been nominated for that Phil Hartman Award for during Humber, and Lorne Michaels happened to be at the thing as part one of the presenters, and
I remember.
That's how I ended up getting to New
Jason's
York.
great.
But we don't know what to do with
We
him.
don't know what to do with them. We can't put that on TV.
I was so relieved. I could not handle the temptation of fucking shit up on live television. You know, I would find myself in a Andy Kaufman psychology. I don't like people in my office when I'm working, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoy a good movie.
Yeah.
I did a movie 4 years ago.
You sent it to me. It was like a horror movie or.
Yeah, I play a serial killer. Bit of a stretch for me. In fact, on the 3rd day, the director said, "Whatever you're doing, stop that."
Well, that was always your dream, was to be a serial killer.
Well, we'll go to cut back from commercial. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
This whole comedy thing has been a therapeutic
Yeah.
journey for me for not to turn my hatred on society.
Right. And where does that hatred initially come from?
From my balls.
From your semen
No, it's just my
family.
discontent with the way that society is in general.
So Canada's not all it's hopped up to be.
I haven't lived in that
created
country in 15, maybe 20 years.
Yeah.
Because I'd moved in 2004 to England.
Yeah.
And then spent the 5.5 year period of waiting for my green card to come into effect. So then I moved to New York temporarily. I was in Williamsburg
Yeah.
for a short time, and then that was the year of that massive snowstorm where it was like 8 feet.
That was 2008 or 9. I remember we hung out. We hung out. We went to
Rick Shapiro's
yeah.
in a 4 feet of snow, and we were laughing the whole way, going, "There's no one going to be there."
Yeah.
And only Rick would shoot a special during the 100-year blizzard.
Yeah.
It was wild though, but it was a great show.
It was
very cool.
It was very Rick. He was someone, he is someone, comics would always love to go see. Rick Shapiro. I would go watch Rick and just, you never,
Sidewalk Cafe, right? I can't
right.
remember. I'm pulling all these
Sidewalk
references.
Cafe. Yeah, the Sidewalk Cafe. And, he had that nice moment when he was on Louis and stuff, and he kind of got in shape, and he was still doing the Sidewalk Cafe shows. Yeah, he was a unique talent.
Yeah, he's one of two comedians I've ever asked autographs and bought their merchandise. I have a signed Mitch Hedberg, and a signed Unconditional Love for Rick. I think that album he put out a CD. But early 2000s was an interesting time because I think shortly after we'd met during the Humber program, and I still tell the people about the elevator incident. We'd all been introduced, and then I'd never even been to New York before, and now I'm in one of those small New York elevators, and I farted, and you cried, and then we became friends from that.
Well, yeah.
Remember the last day when we
and
all
you were
went
also
up?
talking to the elevator because it was an old elevator, and you were going, "Come on, you old whore, you can do it.
Pull it.
Pull it up." You're talking to the elevator like it was a dirty old girl.
Yeah, I was. I had a captive audience in an elevator. I have to really talk to myself as soon as somebody comes into my cage, the elevator. I look at that as an opportunity to really fuck up someone's day.
Yeah. Well, you were always on. You were always making people laugh off and on stage. You just always were on.
You were
a fun hang. You're always very funny, making everybody laugh.
I knew that at least 3 times a day, I could make you laugh so hard that you were crying.
That's right. That's true. That's right. Yeah.
Jealous?
All day. You would make me laugh all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was from a different world, but as you knew from your visits to Hamilton, it kind of explained a lot.
Yeah, you're from a real crooked place.
What do you mean? You're from Brooklyn, for Christ's sakes.
That's true. But Hamilton,
the accent's different. Same bullshit.
Different though. Hamilton's like, but we can see Broadway. It's
nice.
We can go to Manhattan. Yeah,
I get it.
Hamilton is
culture.
It's where you go before you fall off the world. Hamilton, Ontario. But it's got nice now. It's a suburb of Toronto. It's so close.
I wouldn't say it was a suburb of Toronto. People would be pissed.
Yeah, they would be pissed, but it kind of has become that, right? With gentrification and everything.
Well, this is the thing: is if you look at a drone shot of Toronto area, you can see the city growing across like Manhattan.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming in 50, 100 years, these will be like Manhattan boroughs.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what the geography is the same, but I can see the cities kind of running together.
Yeah, but the hammer's fucked up.
It's totally fucked.
Yeah.
Look at me.
And then winter, yeah. I mean, how do you do with winter?
I left. That first California Christmas was spectacular for me. I felt like I'd won the lottery.
Yeah.
The whole green card thing paid off just to avoid 4 months of ice storm.
Yeah.
And that's why I left New York. After I moved there that year, that fucking snowstorm, buses. Some guy had built a massive igloo by our house and was renting it out as an Airbnb. It was wild. And I was over it. And I wanted to... I just think for health purposes, the sunlight and the warm weather all year round. Yeah.
It's good for you.
Yeah. And that's the only thing when I was considering moving from Los Angeles in the early stages of COVID, it was either going to be Florida or Nevada.
Yeah.
Or where else was I just kidding?
Hell!
Arizona.
Oh.
But as things kind of unfolded here, it seemed to be the best place for me.
Austin's a good place.
It's great.
A good place, yeah.
It's like Hamilton with none of the horror.
Yeah. How's the summer here? It must get so hot.
You would not like it.
No, it's like 120, right?
115
Oh, my God.
in August,
Ugh.
July,
Yeah.
June.
Hot yoga. It's hot yoga weather.
Have you ever done hot yoga?
No.
Have you ever
good?
been able to touch your toes in the last 4 years?
I can touch my toes, but I can't see my penis.
I remember around those times in New York, you actually had a gym membership.
I did for a little
And
while.
you were taught.
And I was fit.
Yeah.
Now I got boobs.
Yeah, but you're strong.
I'm a strong guy, yeah.
Yeah.
Strong on the... I don't know, I'm old, man.
You're fortunate enough to inherit those Greek genes of just brute strength. but
guess
you
so.
you gas out after. Like you could lift a car up for about 3 seconds.
That's right.
But you shit your pants and pass out.
I started boxing and with my friend Sergio Ciccone, who's a boxing trainer, and he's been training me. And yeah, he says I have heavy hands, but I gas out. Yeah, I gas out quick.
I think it's psychological with you. You're physically competent, but you just say, you know what? Fuck this. They can laugh at me all they want. I don't care.
I think you get either endurance or you get strength. So I just gas out. I'm just a little bitch.
No.
Yeah.
Don't.
I'm a little bitch.
No,
I'm a little girl.
You're a husband.
A girl.
And a father.
And a girl.
They always gas out.
Yeah. Husbands and fathers.
Have you ever square off with the neighbors?
No, but should I?
That'd be cool if you beat up your neighbor's wife.
Beat up.
What?
No, I get along great with my neighbors. Get along great with everybody.
Yeah, you're very. You're a good liar.
I'm a good liar.
But I know behind closed doors you blow your top.
I blow guys.
I'm trying to keep a respectable podcast, and you keep bringing it into Fucktown.
I mean, is what is respectable in this room?
Nothing. That's why I got the floor scotch guarded because of the tear stains.
That's right. Yeah. No. Yeah. I'm. Yeah. I'm okay. I'm good.
Are you telling me or
father's fine.
yourself?
I'm trying to tell myself I'm good. I'm okay.
But everything's fine.
Yeah,
but I think you've always had the reality of it to this could all go to shit.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
Yeah.
But you've maintained.
Yeah.
You've kept your head above the water.
Yeah.
You went from opening for Darnell Rollins.
Darnell.
Darnell.
Yeah.
And then considering quitting comedy.
Yeah.
And then I said, come to Toronto and watch people get stabbed. Remember that stab day?
Yeah.
I spent probably a couple hours telling you how great Canada was and how safe and polite everyone was. And then within minutes, you witnessed a comedian breaking up a murder.
She was a woman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A female comic who I hadn't seen in a number of years had a guy pinned on the ground. Well, the other guy was holding his belly and blood was running out.
Yeah.
And then we had a candid conversation. You were just like, what the fuck?
It was crazy. Yeah. We were on the bus and you were telling me, you were pointing at the ghetto and I was going, that's the ghetto?
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't look like a ghetto. It's nice. And I was like, and you're like, yeah, Canada's safe, Toronto's safe. And then, we walked a block and there was a live stabbing going on.
And
guy was stabbed.
You asked to see.
We helped her. We held the guy.
Yeah. held his legs or something like that.
We just went and helped for a second.
And your face when I pointed out the indigenous people drinking mouthwash in the doorway of an abandoned building. And
that's crazy to see.
Yeah.
The native people in Canada, because you don't see them in America too much.
No. What happened there?
Happened before I got here, but I heard that they got asked to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy when you see that up there. And they drink mouthwash and stuff like that? Like they're addicted to alcohol, yeah.
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 Yeah, it's not good. Yeah. Canada's not you probably know more about Canadian politics. Our prime minister's been quite active lately in being a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
And all the censorship on the internet. You would not believe, when I was in Canada, the stuff that I couldn't even send in a private message through Facebook. Simple music video, nature video, whatever.
Really?
Blacked out.
Really?
Yeah, they would never get anything on their end. You should see when next time you're in Canada and you start checking the regular streams and stuff, and it's
wow,
all out.
How
It's
did
wild.
They do that? They told Facebook like you're in
Canada,
don't know.
You can't.
That's crazy.
The news is being censored by the government. So is that communism?
It's authoritarianism for sure. Yeah, censorship. Yeah,
but
it's not freedom. Yeah,
that's why I'm going to apply for citizenship.
In America?
No, in Beirut.
Oh, this is a nice place.
Yeah, I heard the fruit's delicious.
Yeah. Aren't you already like a legal resident or something?
Yeah, I'm an alien with extraordinary ability. I've had a green card. That's my title. Yeah. Alien with extra. I had to prove that in a long resume. That was a long, painful process.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
So I've been eligible for citizenship. I think after the 4-year mark, you can apply for it. So
Yeah.
I've been here, 15 years now. So I'm more than. And I heard the test is quite easy. They're quite pleased if you can even speak English when you show up. So it'll be a treat.
Yeah.
Because I want to be able to speak, and I'm actually starting a tour on the west coast of Canada in the beginning of April with ex-cons that are also comedians.
I like that. That works for you.
Yeah. I know my audience.
Yeah.
So we're going to do a series of clubs and then some black market stuff in some underground clubs and late at night along the tour.
I like that.
Yeah.
That'll be great.
I forget what, Johnny Mitchell?
Rings a bell.
Yeah.
I think I do know him.
Yeah.
I would know him if I saw his face,
He
right?
did a couple of years in prison.
Yeah. I think I know who he is.
Yeah.
Is he American?
Yeah, tall. Why? I was just going to totally crush his character, but he's a good guy. We're talking way too much. He hasn't really done anything. We shouldn't even be discussing him.
Right.
I don't need to level him up.
Right.
When's your next special? When is it? You had one come out.
Yeah, a year ago.
Yeah, and where did you shoot that?
End of this year, I'll shoot another one. I shot that one at Comedy on State in Madison, and I decided to shoot it that night. I just threw it together, and it was fun. In retrospect, I probably should have, made it look a little nicer, but it's good. It's in a club.
But the turnover for these specials, focusing on detail too much, can be quicksand. Because now a simple camera shoot. I watched Shane Gillis come into the Creek.
Yeah, he just shot
and just
it.
knocked it out and left. I don't know if he even did 2 shows off of that, but $400 in a steady hand, you can shoot whatever the fuck you want.
You can, yeah.
And not to mention, all that time in preparation, put in an hour, and you get a 6-second clip.
Yeah.
It spirals into something else. You're like, that cost 9 cents.
That's right.
And that's what you're focusing on?
That's what you can do anything, yeah.
It's a topsy-turvy time, to say the least.
It's weird.
And you decided to have a family. You are a crazy person where I'm from.
Yeah, I have a family, yeah.
You going to keep?
Yeah, I'm not sure yet. No, of course I'm going to keep. I love my family.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm a fan of your wife. I haven't met the kids yet.
Yeah, the kids are great. But it is, comedy and a family is 2 different things because you got to travel. So it's tough. It's tough. I guess that's what athletes feel. It's tough.
I always say any serious relationship I get into, I go, listen, I'm going to be gone for about 6 months out of a calendar year.
Yeah.
Now, 3 of those months, I'm in exotic locations in 5-star hotels.
Yeah.
You're welcome to come.
Yeah.
A lot of people will not just ditch their lives to come on a comedy adventure, and that really never ends well. But
that's right. They don't go great together.
no, but that's the thing. You finding somebody at your age that doesn't want kids, that's willing to do that kind of stuff is an asset, because it's lonely out there. You can only fuck so many road pigs before you're just empty.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the road can get grueling. Yeah, it can get a little grueling.
There's something about a woman's touch.
It's just warm and nice. Yeah.
We got both start crying now.
Yeah. What do gay guys do for I guess they hold each other too, right? And they get the same type of, they can nurture each other.
Well, sure. Yeah. Usually, there's probably I want to say a femininity to one of the parties in the gay relationship. There's a yin to a yang, I would assume.
Yeah.
Even though some of the biggest, burliest, scariest gay men the other side of the coin is they're the most sensitive, compassionate, loving people in their relationship.
Yeah.
But fuck around and find out.
Yeah. At the end of the day, everyone just needs someone to tell them it's going to be okay.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
That's a liar. Stay away from those people. It's not. That will never, ever end well. It's not going to be okay.
Haven't you done mushrooms? What did you see? Was it good things?
Have you never experimented with psychedelic drugs?
But I heard it. You like feel God, all that stuff. You feel no for you, no. What did you feel?
Well, part of the reason
Did you feel anything spiritual?
I had I want to say a combination of an LSD experience and a book that I had been reading on quantum physics, that I was kind of looking at some sort of mathematical arc that I could find the science in the math of it. Anyway, the LSD helped me take all these things that I was reading about and focus them into a avenue. You would do well.
I have no idea what you just
No,
fucking
you have
said,
to take acid.
and I don't think you know what you just said.
Neither do I.
Did you have a spiritual experience or no?
What is a spiritual experience?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
I don't know spirits.
Okay.
I don't believe
What
in
did you
any
feel?
of that.
Did you feel anything? No presence of anything? Nothing?
It's hard to explain, depending on.
Yes or no? No.
No, I had a what do you call it, an epiphany or some clarity.
And what was that?
Was that I'm going to pursue this journey of stand-up comedy tooth and nail for the rest of my life.
You've been doing that.
I have been.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good. That's a spiritual experience.
But no, not as far as like any kind of religious epiphanies and stuff. I just have very investment in any. I don't think the spirit. I think that's people who are not. Anyway, how's your cat? No, I think it's a personal thing.
Yeah, I mean, it could be. It could be. We'll never know.
I do think that there's some ties to psychedelic experiences and religious ideas kind of accompany each other, I think. I love to see some of the written scriptures and what was the catalyst of it, and I have a sneaking suspicion a lot of it is psychedelic experiences. But you don't fuck around.
I don't fuck around.
You've never
with drugs.
done coke?
Never done coke. I've smoked weed. I did mushrooms once. That's about it. But I smoked a lot of weed in my day. It's I mean, drugs doesn't. They don't.
You got enough anxiety.
Yeah, I got enough anxiety.
Yeah,
and it doesn't. They don't heal me in that way. Like
No.
it's so temporary. I'm like, what's the point? Let me try to get to the bottom of what really the issue is, so I can be done with it for the long term. Because I mean, when you drink, then the next day you feel like shit. So it's like I don't want to do that.
What about a DMT experience?
I haven't had that. Have you did that?
Yeah.
Now, what did you feel there?
That was pretty impressive, actually. I've done a lot of
No spiritual
experimental.
stuff
No, but I wouldn't say spiritual, but I did see a veil pull behind. First of all, everything that had a life in it immediately had an identity to it. So I stared at it, I looked over it, and I glanced over and I'm like, what? And the tree, all the leaves on the trees turned into these little characters that were holding onto the branch. They were all made out of leaves, and they had all these white teeth, and they're smiling, and they're like this. And I'm like, that is legit. I can see all you guys. And they're doing this thing. Like, we got you. That was cool.
And they were cool. They were nice. They weren't scary.
They were smiling and saying, this is really happening.
Yeah.
What's up?
Wow.
Of a couple, and it's temporary. It only lasted for about 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
Where LSD could be a 12-hour nightmare.
Yeah, I heard DMT, you like blast off. Like
You totally blast off.
You feel like you're dead or something, right?
I would assume. I saw a lot of people would say, a lot of geometrical shapes and fluorescent type colors and stuff. And
so wait, what happens when you do DMT? Are you still aware you're in the room, or you don't know, you can't see things, or you close your eyes, or what happens? Like, can you still? If I do DMT right now, could I see your kitchen while I'm on? DMT?
Yeah. But then you'd hyper focus on something like maybe a plant in the background. And all of a sudden, that has a glow around it. I think it's almost forced. It takes you away from yourself. I think a lot of people that are heavy meditators have similar psychological, psychedelic experiences.
Well, I've started meditating, and I tell you, it's a game changer.
For sure.
It's so good. It's just to even just calm you down. It's like it feels like taking a Klonopin. Even if you do it for a minute. Yeah, it's the thing about meditation people don't know is it's like easy. You don't put any pressure on yourself. It's all about coming back. Even if your mind goes somewhere, just come back. That's normal. So even in that process of when your mind wanders, just coming back, you're still doing less thinking. You're doing less like worrying. So you're just caught up and you just always try to come back to the moment. Try to come back to the moment.
I think, yeah, alcohol and cigarettes are pretty much the opposite of meditation.
Yeah.
It's constant distractions.
Yeah.
I think people that should focus on more of a grounding tend to go off the rails, like really spiral out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But hey, there's always Jesus.
There's always Jesus or Muhammad or...
Do you still have your Jesus cross tattoo? Your crown of thorns?
Well, that was...
Because you had just gotten that.
Yeah, well, this wasn't... I didn't know what it was.
That was brand new when I met you.
$50. And
Yeah.
so I thought it was Pamela Anderson's seaweed.
You're fortunate enough that you only had enough money to do that.
I know, because it would have been bad if it went all the way
Nothing
around.
else?
No. Your tats are great.
I've got a few.
Yeah.
I got my back's getting
Yeah.
fundled out.
Yeah, those tats are... they've been there since I've known you. And that guy came around later.
That's old John Paul.
Yeah, we go way back.
I know people have no idea that
They have no idea
we've
how long.
spent a lot of times in closed areas together in 4 countries, 5 countries.
All over, yeah. England.
England,
Denmark,
Sweden, Denmark,
Yeah,
Canada, and the U.S.
that's right.
Yeah, no, and that was just in, the first 10 years of us
That's right.
meeting up. No, I remember I had a lot of fun at your house in Park Slope with Jesse and that. When
Yeah,
you guys
we had a
all
good
li-
time. We shot that bathtub video,
Mm-hmm.
which is still funny. We shot once, twice, 3 times with Larry.
Yeah. Oh,
Which is
finished
still
phone
funny.
sex.
Yeah. Finished phone sex. They're all funny.
It was a
I
good
can go
time.
watch them now and they give me a good laugh.
And
But they're not for everybody.
no,
You have to have a sixth sense of humor. You got to have a
who was the guy playing pool? I keep forgetting his name.
Pat Dixon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Pat, Jim Norton, me,
Pat, Jim
Bill
Norton.
Burr.
We did them with Jim Norton and Bill Burr before either one of those guys got big. Pat Dixon, you, Carmen Lynch, Nate. We did one with Nate
Yeah.
Bargatze, who's like now
He didn't know what to
Enormous.
make of me when he first met me.
yeah. That was I got
Dan Soder was drinking.
I had both you guys on my fusion show in LA and we hung out. Do you remember?
Yeah, that's right. I appreciate that because it was definitely not on brand. You took a
I took a huge risk.
you took a huge risk.
Yeah.
I think you were trying to quit.
Well, I was trying to get out of there, but I didn't do
And
that.
you're like,
to quit.
I got a guy.
Yeah, no, I was. Yeah, but
It was a
and
roof
then
for the
me, you,
W,
and-
I think.
Roof for the W, and then me, you, and Nate hung out. That's and you and Nate are from opposite spectrums. You know,
Yeah,
he's like one of the biggest comics in America now.
Uh-huh.
He's huge.
No, he's great. I always liked him, and it was just such a great. There was a movie or a sitcom in there with me and Nate.
Oh yeah, opposite.
It's just totally opposite.
That would be a great Odd Couple TV show.
Yeah.
yeah.
He's a high-level stockbroker, and I'm a bicycle courier.
Yeah, or just you're
He
you
catches
and he's
me
him.
breaking. Yeah, or just what are those shows where they lock you into a room with a celebrity for an hour?
I would pay to watch you perform for his audience. That would be great. That would be one of the greatest experiences that ever. His audience would go. They'd just be.
I'd be in a fist fight
No, they
at
would,
the end of it. Someone would come up
You'd
and
get
go, "Let me
arrested.
tell you something."
Yeah.
And I'll say, "Listen, I've hit women before, and sometimes I'm not hard when I do it."
Right.
Oof.
Oof.
Second trip to the mothership this week.
I've been. Yeah, this is the second time to the mothership, but I was coming on. I came to Austin like 8 times.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, for different reasons, but yeah. But this is I'm doing Joe's Club. It's nice.
It's lovely.
I used to come down here to do the Sunset.
I remember I showed
Yeah,
up there, and then
yeah.
the guy died, and then Red Band stepped in.
Yeah, I mean it's very sad. He had a heart condition apparently, and he was a great guy, Adam. He was a great guy, Adam Harley. He died. He was. I asked him to host for me in Jacksonville because he lives in Jacksonville,
Mm-hmm.
and he died the week before. So he died.
Don't
in
ask me to host.
Yeah,
It's contagious.
Yeah.
Isn't it worse that I'm going to live longer?
Than me?
Yeah.
Do you think so?
You have the love of your family
Yeah.
and all these good things around you.
That's how it always goes, right?
Yeah. Look how happy I am.
Yeah.
It's wild, though. I promise I won't disrupt the
Just don't
the
piss on
funeral.
my grave.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that to you. But I'm definitely going to piss on a lot of other people.
Good. Yeah.
Ever pee on somebody?
No. You?
You had to take a beat. You don't have to answer that.
No, I haven't. Have you ever peed on a girl or been peed on?
I've peed on people I was sleeping.
Well,
I had bunk beds when I was a kid, so I was top drip, they called me.
Yeah.
I've done all kinds of terrible things.
Yeah, I used to shit in bathtubs in hotels.
Used to.
Still do. Yeah.
I did that a lot.
Yeah.
Well, that was my way of protesting.
You pee on car door windows when your friends are in the car. You'll pee on the window.
Pee on that.
Yeah.
I was drinking.
You push your balls through your legs and pee.
Oh, the rooster
backwards.
tail.
Yeah, the rooster tail into the urinal. Yeah.
I did that at a party once, and then I farted, and a piece of shit shot out of my ass and landed on my friend's wrist behind me. Isn't that wild?
Yeah, that is wild.
Couldn't get laid after that.
You're like a street dog.
Yeah, I'm feral.
Yeah, you're feral. You're a feral child. Yeah, you're a street dog. Yeah.
I'll chew through anything.
Yeah. But very, it's funny stuff. It's always fun.
Look at. Well, here we are. No, it's weird when you know somebody so well, and it's weird talking like a podcaster.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, it is weird. It is weird. But we did it. And, does this change as you go?
Yeah.
Oh, what does that one mean?
That's Conjoined. That's a clothing company that makes my Logfather shirts. So you can buy Logfather merchandise at Conjoined.
Yeah. It's things are good, man. Things are good, Special will probably be coming out end of the year. I'm going to do it, put some money into it and make sure it's good. Mm-hmm. And it's in a big venue, and then I'm gonna take some time off, hang out with the kids, and hug my girls, and piss into the wind.
Yeah. Well, you probably know now that you're, the traveling. You feel that you've missed out on some stuff occasionally.
That's what. I want to be there as much as I can while they're young, and then when they get older and they're like, I don't want to hang out with you. I'm like, fuck you. I'm going to Nashville anyway.
Yeah.
So fuck you. And they're like, wait a second. I'm like, no, fuck you. I won.
Yeah.
You don't want to be with me? I'm not there.
Yeah.
I'm back on the road.
And your bedroom door's got a lock on it, and you live in the hallway now.
That's it.
I'm the boss.
I'm the boss, Tony Danza.
And you've got Jean-Claude Van Danza.
Jean-Claude Van Danza.
Do you think, because my friend told me once that God punishes you for making fun of fat girls in high school. That's how you end up with 2 daughters.
Well, I didn't make fun of fat girls in high school.
You fucked them.
I didn't.
Yeah, you were a sex addict.
No. No.
You've never been a sex addict?
You got a lot of tail.
I did fine.
Yeah. No, never been a sex addict. I don't have an addiction problem. I have an obsessive personality. I'm obsessed.
I attracted promiscuous women because of the lifestyle I was.
Yeah.
And
if I had an addiction problem, I'd be done. Yeah.
Yeah.
So thankfully, I don't have that. Because that's a whole nother fucking bag of worms.
Yeah.
But
no, I've never seen you. I've seen you drunk twice.
Yeah. It's not
barely.
I can drink and do away with it. Now, nicotine is a tough one I always struggle with. But I get off it, go back on it. But it's nicotine. And now, thankfully, they make just the nicotine pouches, so it's just nicotine. You're not,
But it does stimulate your creative mind. Nicotine, I find.
Yeah, nicotine is like caffeine, just in and of itself. It's just like caffeine, but, the smoking's what gets you. It's bad.
Food?
Food's always been a tough one for me. I'm a fatty. I got a fat heart.
No, but you never got fatter. It's not like you're...
I never blew totally out.
No.
Yeah, I'm always a little overweight.
I remember you sitting down to eat and watching your... You'd just be like, Jesus. We'd be at the diners.
You love those diners.
Diners were great.
They're great.
Portion sizes. I like to see the food being cooked.
Yeah.
You'd say something to the guy in Greek.
Yeah.
And then we'd get a better meal out of it.
We would, yeah. Yeah, the diners were good.
Do you miss your home in Brooklyn?
It has pros and its cons, living where I live.
Yeah.
So I sometimes I miss it, but I go in and get enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, it has pros and cons. Living in the country versus living in the city has pros and cons.
How country are you?
Pretty country.
Like, do you get deer?
Oh, deer's like, they walk around like they're dog. Yeah, I mean, they walk
Really?
around like, yeah. Deer, foxes, a bear, skunk, everything out there.
It's kind of like Canada, but
like
with
Canada.
gunfire.
Yeah, it's Canada with guns.
When did you move?
Well, before COVID, so it's been 4 years.
And when did you get that first place that I'd stayed at? You just moved in?
That was 8 years ago.
Fuck, man.
Yeah.
It has gone wild. But honestly, like, if you'd seen pictures of us 20 years ago
They're up there on their stuff on.
and pictures of
Videos.
us now, there's just a bit of gray.
Otherwise, it's
That's
the
it.
same.
Yeah, no. And you know from the people that you grew up with that not everyone fared so well, kept their
No.
mental health and their physical health
No.
under
no.
wraps to a certain degree.
No, yeah, that's a sad part of life. Is like you lose people. As you get older, there's more loss. Your parents
Yeah.
die.
Fuck, it's been
Friends-
heavy.
Yeah,
Heavy.
yeah, yeah.
You know, and I don't have to tell you, like, it's like not just the suicides and in the comedy community. We just had a kid here kill himself 2 weeks ago.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
yeah. He was like a smart kid too, or something.
Great kid, roast battle champ.
Yeah.
I'm gonna brag about his resume.
Yeah.
Roast battle champ. He was on tour with established comics. Things were going well.
Why did he do it?
I don't know, man.
Nobody knows. Did he leave a note or anything?
I'd see him out jogging. I'd never seen him drunk or on drugs or anything. But you know that the depressive aspect of it can eclipse all the good things very quickly.
Yeah.
You know. But how do you? I don't see the value in a therapist other than having a conversation with another human being. Because
Well,
you were doing therapy after 9/11.
Therapy's come a long way now, where they really focus more on trauma. You can go the trauma route, and I think that's really accurate. I think that's the way to go. And I'm doing EDMR therapy, which is like trauma therapy. And
What's EDMR?
they sort of they try to simulate REM sleep. It's what they give to soldiers and like people who've been the victim of crimes, and simulate REM sleep to sort of hack your subconscious and sort of reprocess memories.
What do you with EKGs?
No. You don't wear anything. You hold buzzers, or your eye moves left or right, like to simulate the way your eyes to get both sides of your brain going.
You're massaging a part of your psyche.
It's like hacking your brain to
Yeah.
get into as close to the subconscious as you can. And it does. It gets very vivid when you start thinking about the memories and stuff, and you go in there, and it's a messy process. It comes with a lot of
But outside
makes
of
you upset, but it helps.
You
You
find
get to the
it-
root of the problem. Yeah, you get to the root of the problem. You get to the
I
root.
just don't see how that crying after visiting a trauma in your life, how that is therapeutic with a stranger.
I'm not going to sit here and convince you. I mean, what do you want?
No. I'm just curious on because I spent, a large part of my youth having to go to a mental hospital and sit with a therapist for hours at a time on a weekly basis, which I didn't know was the nut house.
Yeah.
I had to go up take the bus in the morning to go and sit with somebody. And they always had me sitting somebody across from me, but I really didn't feel that there was anything other than they were just monitoring me. They
That's
kept
probably
control.
a cynical scenario.
70s.
Yeah, and they were just, it was just, there's some people who are better at their jobs than others.
For sure.
Yeah, so you probably just haven't had someone good.
A codependent relationship with a poorly trained psychotherapist.
There's some that are bad, and then like anything else, and then there's some that are really good, who can guide you to finding out what the root of
Most of them are
the anxiety or sadness.
sexual predators.
I don't know about that, but yeah, I mean, I don't know what they're doing on their.
Why wouldn't you get into psychotherapy to just deal with strippers all the time?
That's true too. That is true too.
I should be a therapist.
You should.
Are you calling the cops?
No, I just got to make sure because I got to get out of here.
I know. We could see the time. We got 4 more hours and then we're done. What do you got coming up this week?
At the mothership now, and then I'm in San Francisco. I'm you can go to my website yannispappascomedy.com.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in a lot of different places.
Yeah.
Chicago, New York, whatever. Those are coming up. Atlanta, cities, Tulsa,
Yeah.
Spokane.
Yeah.
Cities.
Nothing outside of North America? You kind of got over that. I remember you telling me, why am I building up a career in Sweden?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember the last time I went there, I was like, I just felt like I didn't want to do it anymore.
You were over it.
I was over it. Yeah, I
I
just
get
kind of
it.
got over it. that happens. Like I've had shows, I was like, I'm over it. I get to those moments where I'm over it. I enjoyed it though. I enjoyed those 5 years, especially because you're able to get such great opportunities over there. The crowds are so great, and all those countries. Change.
Did you get food poisoning?
I don't remember, but I would go for I'd go for like a month.
Did you?
I would go for like a month. Yeah, I'd go for like a month, and it's times 3 weeks a month.
Yeah.
I'd have days off here and there. And
Yeah.
do different cities.
Nice.
I did that for like 5 years,
Uh-huh.
and then I was just like, I got to a point, and I was like,
You got right into a relationship after that.
yeah, I'm like, what? I'm
gonna
not going to
start a
become big
family.
in Sweden. So what?
Yeah.
At this point, the money was good though. It was a good experience, but yeah. And then you got to come back to the States.
I like the States.
Yeah.
I will be, on popular demand, I will become American. Are you trying to shit your pants again?
Yeah.
Who sits in the chair
I'm farting.
with a mud tuba
Yeah.
hanging out the side?
We should all just do podcasts with the air conditioning on. People can deal with the buzz.
Are you hot?
I'm hot.
Because your tits are sweating.
Yeah, I'm fucking hot.
What's wrong with you?
How much more time do we got?
You don't run.
Let's do a tight 45.
You don't move enough. You think carrying a baby up this flight of stairs is a 4-hour gym ride.
Yeah, I'll do more exercise.
Have some fruit.
I'll have some fruit. Let's make some fruit.
Do you want to have some fruit?
I'd love to have some fruit.
Let's wrap this up and have some fruit.
I love you. I always have. I always will.
You can't.
One of my oldest friends, the great Jason Rouse. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being on the show, and people can find you at YannisPappas.com.
YannisPappas.comedy.com.
It's the Pappas.
It's Pappas.
But now you've also changed the name of your podcast recently.
Yes,
didn't
the
you?
Yannis Pappas Hour.
Yeah.
YP Hour. Yannis Pappas Hour. Check that out.
It's great. I enjoy watching it, but my favorite part is when I get messages from randoms about
Yeah, I always bring you up on
you
there.
talking about me.
Yeah.
And I appreciate the bad press, to be honest with you. So thanks for watching, everybody. Check out Yannis Pappas. He's all weekend at the Mothership and a number of other
Does this
cities.
go up now?
This will go up soon.
Oh, okay. So I'm
Matter
at
of
the
days.
Mothership now.
Yeah, he's at the Mothership now.
Yeah.
And you'll be back.
I'll be back to stay here.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Check me out the 27th next week, Friday. Yeah, I'm at the Sunset, and then a bunch of dates on Western Canada, and then Scandinavia in May, June. I think there's going to be a trip to Iceland at the end of June. But that's about it for me. Thanks for watching. Go to jasonrouse.com and find out all the bullshit there. Bye. Bye, 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 bye. Bye, bye.
Yeah, it's fucking too hot in here. I'm dying.
Yeah, now. Yeah.
That was fun.
We made it.
We did it. I'm hot. Yeah. All right, I gotta head back.
We would like to see most of the human race killed off because it is unworthy. It is unworthy of the gift of life.
I don't care what society thinks. They're nothing anyway. They're no better than me.
Until we hear the safe word, we will not stop.
Have you ever thought what it would be like to see a person's head amputated? Think of things so horrible that the human mind cannot imagine them. See all this and more when you see on stage, in person, that crazy mix-up.
I like being set apart from people. I like to be hated.
Safe word with Jason Rouse.